Do you know the key to growth, the key to um, living a happy, fulfilled, vibrant, fun, exciting, loving life? There's two keys. One that unlocks you and one that unlocks the growth pattern. And so the first key to really, really living a life of happiness, of joy, of abundance, of prosperity, of excitement, of pleasure is getting to know you. Now, if you've been in my community long enough, you know that I have shared that many times. It's the secret to manifesting is all about getting to know you. The secret of creating a life that you truly desire is all about getting to know you. And so I often say there's 7 steps to understanding yourself. And these 7 steps are based on the chakra system, really getting in tuned with your root chakra, understanding, getting present into the moment. But most people avoid being present. They stay busy, they stay helping others, they stay distracted because of chakra number 2, which is processing emotions, processing the emotions of the past, processing the emotions of the day. Everybody has emotions, and every emotion is worthy of being expressed. It's when you hide your emotions, pretend the negative emotions, I'm putting them in quotes because I don't necessarily believe that there's a negative emotion out there. They're just some emotions feel really good and some are kind of icky. It doesn't make them negative. It means that their body's telling you something. Your body is asking you to process something. So instead of stuffing them down with food or exercise or other people's problems or substances, it's like embracing your emotions. That's Then we want to work up the chakra system. And so before we do that, you want to really get in tune with what are you feeling? So ask yourself every day, what am I feeling? Stop, take a deep breath and ask, what am I feeling? If I allowed myself to feel what I'm feeling right here, what is it? Feelings are so key to living the life that you truly want. Then we go up the chakra to the solar plexus. And this is where we get to look at the doubt and the fear and I'll say the ego-based thinking that we have. See, we are a spirit in a human body, but the human body has a mechanism, fight, flight, or freeze, so that you stay alive. And so it creates protection. The ego creates protection, creates um, consistency in behaviors so that the ego knows what to expect and what not to expect and things like that. So when you're looking to grow and get to know you, you get to get in touch with your doubts, with your fears, with challenging those thoughts. So if you have a doubt, drop a doubt down, like I'm never gonna be the mother that I want to be. Maybe that's a doubt. Or maybe I'm never going to have the career that I want to have. I'm never going to make the money that I want to make. I'm never going to have enough time to do it all. I'm never going to be able to stay consistent enough. I'm never going to be able to learn enough, right? These are all fears. And at some point, some of your fears seem like reality because you're living them, but that's because you had the fear and you created the reality based off your energetics of your subconscious. And then ask yourself, if you label out a fear, ask yourself, is it really true? Or could there be another way? Could there be another way? So if we say I'm never going to make enough money, you can say, is that really true? Well, no, in the past I've made money, or I see people making money. I know that money is available. Start developing writing a story that you can embrace, that's going to elevate you versus take you back down. So all realities exist. All realities are available. So if we have a fear of not making enough money, and then we start looking around of all of our not enough things that we have in our life, then you want to stop and you want to pause and ask, is it really true? And the truth is money available? And the answer is absolutely yes. There's money everywhere. Money is energy. Energy is everywhere. And then start looking for evidence that it's available for you. Start to knock down that fear. That's one method. Maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. If you want more around that, you can message me. And then we want to work our way up to the heart chakra. The heart chakra is about giving and receiving. It's about trusting. It's about loving unconditionally. It's about being of service, of being kind to everyone, including yourself. So one of the biggest ways to get to know you in this area is look at what resentments are you holding on to? What people that have hurt you that you think about are still laying on your heart? Your soul lives inside of your heart chakra. Your soul wants to come out and be who you were designed to be, but it can't if you're holding on to them. Now, I talk a lot about forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean forgiving or forgetting. It doesn't necessarily mean healing that relationship where you have a relationship with someone. It means you're releasing them from the hold that they have on your heart and letting go of the anger and the resentment and the hurt and the disappointment and whatever else feelings are created from an experience. So what I would do if I was looking at getting to know my heart chakra, what I would look at, what are my thoughts around giving? What are my thoughts about receiving and asking for help and being supported? I would look at what are the things that are still laying on my heart, like the people, places, and things that still upset me or still feel hurt or hate or guilt or shame, any of that. And I would start to look at those things and I would start to work on releasing them from your heart chakra. Next, you want to go up to your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is about your self-expression. Being able to speak up, being able to say no when you want to say no, yes when you want to say yes. And if you are not expressing yourself, if you are biting your tongue or talking over somebody, not letting other people have space to have their self-expression, you want to look at what are the thoughts, what are the feelings, what are the beliefs that you have about self-expression, about acknowledging who you are, what you believe in, about being able to set healthy boundaries. See, until you're willing to look at all of this, you can't have different results with the same living, doing the same thing over and over. When people are willing their way in, they want different results. They go for it. They do. But if you're not tuned into what's going on internally and mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, that's where you're creating from, those subconscious thoughts. So this is just a process that you can go through to just gain some awareness. Awareness is the first step to change. You cannot change unless you're aware. You can go to your third eye and your crown. These are your connection to spirit, your vision of possibilities, of what's possible, of feeling guided and directed. So if you're feeling lost or disconnected, not sure who you are or where you want to go, look at some of the thoughts that you've developed over who you get to be. Remember who you were as a young girl. Who did she want to be? How does she act? How does she behave? Was she smiling? Was she dancing? Was she reserved? Was she out there? Who was she? Because she gives you insight on where and who you get to become. And so one of the keys, the second key, right? I said the key is understanding who you are. The second key is consistency. Consistently tuning into yourself, consistently becoming aware, consistently staying consistent with daily rituals, with practices that tune you into yourself. And I want to share with you someone that has been with me consistently showing up for herself inside some of my programs and then also in my retreats, because it's the consistent action that keeps you growing. It keeps you take one step at a time, elevating, elevating, elevating. And so many people struggle with consistency. That's why being part of a sisterhood, being part of a community that's holding you high, that's bringing you out of your comfort zone every day is so important. And so Doreen has been with me for years, consistently showing up for herself. She has come to a couple of my retreats that I've had. And I just want to share with you what's possible for you. What's possible for you when you show up and you tune into yourself, you get aware of all those things like I just went all through that. And if you want my workshop on tuning into yourself, there is a small fee for that. But if you want that, put workshop in the small fee. I think it's $37. You can drop it in the chat. Drop the word workshop in the chat, and I'll send you a link to grab that if you want a whole workshop on tuning into yourself. But it's the consistency of showing up for yourself, of tuning in, of of being aware daily of your actions, of your thoughts, of your questions, of your behaviors. So I just want to share with you what's possible for you if you continue to tune into yourself.
Great. Sure. First of all, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was fabulous. It was so needed. I can't even tell you how much I needed.
She just completed a 3-day retreat, in-person retreat that I host.
Here.
If you could pick one word to sum up your weekend, what would it be?
Oh, one word. Okay. Incredible. Positivity.
What's the difference from the time you walk through the door to the time that you're walking back out the door? What's the difference for you?
I like who I am more than I did when I walked in. I mean, it was okay with me, but I wasn't in a good place. I'm in a really great spot. We did all of that, and here we are. I want to take that home. This feeling to stay with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good.
How does it feel coming back for the second time? Or what's it like coming back for the second time?
Well, it's a whole different dynamic because there's a whole different group of women. Well, I mean, there's a whole different group of women.
A whole different group of women.
And the energy this year was not that we didn't have great energy last year. We did have fabulous energy. This year's energy seemed to be much more intense. And I'm not sure why that is. Maybe, I don't know why. I don't really hazard a guess.
Right.
It was much more intense. And we laughed a lot more, I think. There was a lot of fun in this weekend.
One last question. What's the difference specifically for you coming back as a second time? What does that feel like to come back through the door for the second time? To leave again for the second time?
Last year was like the beginning, like kind of like first grade, I guess, and you're scared, you're nervous, you don't know what to expect, and then you meet all your friends, and you have a good time, and you do the thing you do in first grade, and then in second grade, you come back and you're like, not really sure what to expect, but because I had such a good time in first grade, this is going to be great too. So I'm going with second grade, yay. So it was very cool. I feel I'm different. I'm not the same person. I was not the same person walking in here this year that I was last year. And I'm definitely not the same person walking out from when I even walked in from this weekend. So I would, I'm looking forward to next year.
All in less than 72 hours?
Yeah. We did a lot.
We did a lot.
I did a lot. It was very, I mean, it was a wild roller coaster ride. We were exhausted, but we ate great. There was a lot of release, there was a lot of love, there was a lot of tears, there was a lot of laughter. And it was a great way to connect and to be authentic.
Mm,
And those are the two words that I picked up from, that other thing. So,
thank you.
yeah, connected and authentic.
Thank
I
you.
loved it. Thank you.
So staying connected, staying committed to herself, she was able to shift last year and then shift again this year. Really learning her authentic, you heard her authentic and connected, really owning and learning her authentic expression. And that is layers deep. Continuous growth is the key to keep delayering the onion, as you've heard before. But I'll just say even a different, just to keep elevating back up to spirit, back up to love, back up to pure consciousness. And so I do have a couple spots left in the retreat. If this was speaking to you and you want to dive in and you want to play full out and you want to elevate yourself up and really get consistent with tuning into yourself and consistent with showing up for yourself, this may be an opportunity for you. It is for a specific woman who is ready, who is open, who is willing to do the work. So we would have a short conversation to see if it is for you. But drop the word retreat down below and we can have a conversation around that. All right, 2 keys. First one is tuning in, the key to getting to know, to elevating a personal growth, a personal discovery is tuning in and becoming aware of you. And the second key is being consistent, daily consistent steps, daily awareness, daily actions that are inspired, not this doing action, but inspired action to reconnect to the heart here. All right, I look forward to hearing from you.